Hey guys, for this video we're going to take a look at this Powerworks portable power station. They were nice enough to send me this item for free so I can make a video showing it to you. And I have to tell you, I love these power stations. This is probably the 5th or 6th one that I've had, so I've become pretty familiar with what features I like and what I look for in a good one of these things. And one thing right off the top I really like about this Powerworks one is it's rated up to 1000 watts peak or 500 watts running. And a lot of the other ones I have are like 100 watts, 200 watts. So 500 running watts is really awesome. There's a ton of stuff you'll be able to run off of this portable power station. But these things are great for campers where you're out somewhere where you don't have normal access to electricity. A lot of people would run a generator or something, a lot smaller, lighter than a generator. And these things can be charged with a solar panel. So if you paired this with a folding solar panel of some sort, set it up at the campsite, solar panel's charging this guy's running everything you could possibly need while camping. So really cool for that purpose. Also, when the power goes out for emergency situations, man, could you imagine a basement flooding and running your sump pump off of this because the power's out? Boy, that happened to me and I didn't have one of these and it would have been amazing. I was bucket brigading some water out of the basement. It does not come with a solar panel. This is just the power station. When charging the power station with the input port right there, goes up to 150 watts. So if you are looking to pair it with a solar panel, keep in mind that this goes up to 150. Also, as you get into the weeds a little bit, the efficiency of your solar panel probably won't be 100%. So even if you have a 150 watt solar panel, it may only be kicking out 100 watts. So maybe something closer to 2 or 250 watts would be better so you get the fastest possible charge on this guy. Now, if you don't want to use a solar panel, totally fine. Coming with the package is a wall plug so you can charge it with a regular outlet. So that is your charge port there. Over here we have a button for a light, and that turns on the entire device. If we hit the power button again, it will blink for us, and we can get SOS, strobe, or just turn it off. You can see the screen lights up with some of the features. Our battery is currently at 51%, so we're going to get that fully charged up to 100% before we get too crazy. But also you can see our wattage input and output over here. That's really amazing to have. That's a feature you definitely want with one of these portable power stations. It'll give you a good indication of how long, how much battery you have left, how long it will last, how much, if you're using a solar panel, is being input into the device, and likewise, if something is on the way out, how much power it is using. To compare, this was one of the first power stations that I ever owned, and you can see there is no screen at all. All you have is these LED indicators of 25 up to 100%. You don't know any information on input or output, so although it works, it is incredibly beneficial to have that screen and all that additional information. So as we take a look here, you'll see there are buttons above each set of ports, and if we tap there, a little light comes on telling us that our AC ports are on. We have this little cutout below the bottom one. I'm assuming that's so you can plug in a grounded plug. And you can see right up here it says up to 500 watts. Again, that is 500 running watts, 1000 peak watts. We can also turn the USB ports on and off. You can see the indicator comes on for that. We have a USB-C port, which goes up to 100 watts. We have our 3.0 port, and then we have 4 2.4 ports. All the way to the left, we have our DC outlet. You can see the indicators come on for that. It comes with a little cover for the port, but everyone's seen the little cigarette lighter style port. We also have a barrel connection down at the bottom. You'll notice the top has this strap here for a carrying handle, fan on the side. We have some information on the internals of this on the back panel. So it says 500 watt portable power station, 540 watt hours, 150,000 milliamp hours, and it shows the stats of all our different ports there. Have another fan on this side. Some basic dimensions, about 10.5, 8.5, and 7 front to back, and it weighs 14 pounds. Now I do want to plug it into a wall outlet so you see that input figure on that. Then we'll get into a solar panel here in a second. So you can see when plugged into a wall outlet, we have the battery indication, and we have an input of 123 watts. So there is my solar panel set up for the garage, just bolted to the side and the cord running through the wall there. Now, I don't remember if this is a 100 watt or 150 watt solar panel, but it's a partly cloudy day in April, so we're not going to get the full output from the solar panel, but we will see how it does. Got the solar panel all plugged in. You can see our input at about 30 watts, but fluctuating quite a bit. We're already into the afternoon today, so I'm going to leave this plugged in, come back tomorrow, see what we're at. 45% right now. Real quick, we can see when it clears up a little bit, get a little bit higher on the wattage there, up to 65. I saw it hit 70 a couple of times already. There you go, hit 70. Such is life with solar panels, right? It's day 2, and as you might guess, these are less than ideal conditions for solar. Snowing in April, that's Illinois for you. And if you're curious, on a cloudy, snow-filled day, we get between 0 and 1 watt of power. But we did make it up to 59% between partly cloudy, evening, and snow. Today's a bit of a wash. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Not exactly sunny, but at least it's not snowing today. But you can see now we are 100% charged, and now we are ready to give this thing a test, see what we can power with it. So we're going to test this thing out. Here I'm in the basement at my sump pit, and I want to see how this thing handles a sump pump. And it went down to the bottom until the pump wasn't sucking no more. Now that was over 500 watts, but what was that, a good 30 seconds or so that it ran? Took up 5%, but it did work. Here I have a space heater. I want to see what it does with it. Anything that creates heat always will have a big power draw, so turn it on low first. Remember, it's rated at 500 running watts and 1000 peak, so we'll see how long it's willing to run at over 500 watts. So we are a minute 30 in. It's staying right over 700 watts. We're still at 51%. We're now at 2 minutes, still running. The space heater is pretty aggressive for one of these little power stations. We're now at 2.5 minutes. We're at the 3-minute mark. I was trying to wait to see how long it would stay running above its rated running watts, but it looks like it's staying up. Of course, the percentage is going to drop pretty fast when drawing something like this. Let me switch it to medium, or actually high. It only has high and low on this thing, and see what this does. Jumping up in the 800s. So once we hit 900, looks like we overloaded the power station. And it beeps and the AC flashes when you do that. Let's go back to low. Turn the outlet back on. And at low, we're doing just fine. After running that space heater, the fan automatically kicked on. You can see you get a little icon here telling you that the fan's running. Running a space heater like that, while pretty impressive, isn't the most practical thing. You're going to get, what, maybe half hour of runtime on a space heater. But for someone who wants to run, let's say, a laptop or charge up a tablet like this think it'll be able to run all day long. Super easy for it to do. You can see the wattage. We're only outputting 2 watts right now, and that's something this thing could just easily handle for a very long time. Another thing I wanted to show you, actually 2 things, is you can see I am both charging and we have an output because we have things plugged in at the same time. So yes, you can charge and use it at the same time. Typically you're going to be doing that with a solar panel, but Illinois has blessed us with another cloudy day, so I just have this plugged into the wall for example's sake. And we can run multiple things at once. You can see I have the tablet here charging off the USB. I have the AC port on with a DeWalt battery charger. And you can see we are charging. See the output. So charging 2 devices, also charging the Powerworks all at once. We can also compare, do we have a net gain or loss, as we have an input of 125 watts and an output of 49. So we're still charging while using it. So there it is, guys, the Powerworks Power Station. I think it did pretty well for us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.